In this video, we will talk about rendering. Once you have successfully created a 3D garment, you might want to share the results with others. One way of doing so is to create a render of the finished simulation. Rendering is the process of converting 3D garments into images. We can use renders for presentations, line sheets, fitting sessions, or merchandising. To start, we load our prepared file and open a snapshot. In order to produce a render, we go to the main toolbar and click the camera icon. The render window is displayed showing the many settings that we can use to adjust the render the way we want. We start by deciding what kind of render output we want to create. Defining the render output influences the way the render can be viewed. There are two options, image and turntable. An image is a simple picture of a simulated garment. A turntable is an interactive 3D viewing combination of a series of renders from different angles. A turntable is useful for showing different angles of a simulated 3D garment outside vStitcher. Note, if we want to export our simulation as a 3D object, we can also do so here. Looking at the 3D window, part of the render window, we can see a preview of the final output. The position of our garment in the 3D window will be the same as on our image or turntable. Therefore, it is important to have our garment in a centralized position, making sure it is not too far to an edge. Note, we can change the view here in the same way as we do in our normal 3D window. For example, we can use the Look At option. We can also use the preset and any custom views we have created previously. Let's assume we want to render an image. In the next step, we choose the render type we want to use. We deal with render types in another video. For now, let's choose normal render. We can include or exclude the avatar. We can choose the background we want to render. The background can be transparent, a solid color, or showing the environment of the normal 3D window. A transparent background, for example, can be helpful if we want to insert the render into another document. We can adjust the size of an image by changing the number of pixels or the print size in centimeters. Additionally, we can also adjust the image resolution. We can choose which 3D views are rendered. Note, the system automatically adds the views that we had used from the 3D Views menu. We can save and share these settings to reuse them for the same product group or to share them with colleagues. To do so, at the top of the window, at New Export Preset, we type in the name and save it. Now let's look at a different render output, the turntable. Within the turntable option, we can choose whether we want to create an HTML file or an animated GIF. The next group of settings is the same as for the image render. The main difference is deciding how detailed our turntable render should be. We can choose between simple, detailed, or custom. Simple, a turntable of 4 angled views of the garment. Detailed, a turntable of 7 angled views of the garment. And custom, an individually configured turntable. In a custom turntable, we can set the angles and the zooms. The angles are the angled views. The zoom determines how close we want to zoom into the garment. The higher the number, the closer the zoom. We'll leave the advanced settings for a later video. With all the render settings done, we click Render. A File Explorer window is displayed so we can name our output and decide where we want to save it. In this video, we've shown you how to render your garment as images and turntables.
For more information, check out the Browseware Help Center.